Welcome back. Now's a great time to subscribe if you want more videos like this. Feel free to tweet me with feedback too, as I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, let's say we want to output each number from 1 to 5, or maybe 1 to 100. Instead of copying and pasting 100 times, we can use a for loop, which looks like this. The for loop starts by declaring a variable which we'll call value. This will be local to our for loop scope. Next, we assign our variable to a number, which in this case is 1. We then enter the target number and the step, which is the amount our variable increases by on each loop. Just like if statements, the loop ends with the end keyword, as this represents the end of a code block. The computer then increases our variable by our step number and runs the content of the code block again. This continues until the target number is passed. For example, this outputs each value from 1 to 5, this outputs each value from -5 to 5 with a step of 2, and this outputs each value from 5 to 1. The step value is actually optional and defaults to 1, so this script also outputs each value from 1 to 5. We can also perform operations and use variables when creating our for loop. Additionally, all loops can be embedded like this example, which outputs the times tables. To exit the for loop early, we can use the break keyword, which tells the computer to skip straight to the code after the for loop's code block. To skip to the next iteration, we can use the continue keyword, which tells the computer to skip the remaining code in the for loop. Now, if we want to loop while a certain condition is truthy, we can use a while loop, which looks like this. After typing while, we can enter any boolean or condition. The while loop will continue to run the block of code while the condition is truthy. For example, this script adds 1 to a variable on each iteration and continues while the variable is less than 5. However, the contents of this while loop don't run at all because the condition is never truthy. But be careful. This script will make Roblox Studio hang because the block of code runs for an infinite amount of time, as true is always truthy on each loop. The computer is essentially sprinting at top speed without a chance to breathe, and so it will stop responding until it can, which never comes. To solve this, we can either make our loop run for a shorter period of time, or ensure there are opportunities for the computer to pause while in the loop. One way to do this is to use the wait function, which essentially pauses the script for an amount of time before continuing. Don't worry about how the function is formatted, this will be explained in a future episode. Now, we can call the function just like the print function and pass it a number representing any number of seconds. For example, this script continuously increases our variable by 1 and then waits 1 second, similar to a timer. Break and continue can also be used just like in a for loop. Finally, a repeat loop can iterate until a certain condition is met and looks like this. For example, this script adds 1 to a variable and stops looping when it's equal to 5. Unlike the while loop, the repeat loop checks the condition after running the code block, rather than before. This means that code will run at least once before checking the condition. Just like the other loops, the repeat loop has its own scope for variables and allows for the use of break and continue. And finally, a do block can create a new script for your variables without having to use if statements or loops. It's useful if you want to use the same variable name in a separate scope like this. And congratulations, you're now a loop master. Be sure to try out the plugin and then move on to tables when you're ready.